Hello, lovelies. I am Queen Lovelee, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time on my channel and you are just as committed as I am to the emotional, spiritual, and mental well-being of Black women, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when I post more videos such as this one. To all my returning lovelies, thank you so much for continuing to support my brand, and thank you so much for spreading the word about what we do over here. Please remember to be respectful to me, be respectful to the individual who I'm speaking about, and be respectful to one another in the comments. It's okay to agree, disagree, or agree to disagree, but do not be dogmatic or be malicious with your words when you choose to speak your piece or your truth, and respect everyone's truth. So today I want to talk about something that came across my desk. So the Jasmine brand, shout out to the Jasmine brand. For those of you that know me, know I love the Jasmine brand. I love the way they conduct themselves over there. They are an entertainment blog, but they're very classy in my opinion. Like, they're tasteful and they don't go out their way to, beat down on anyone. They get exclusives. They do break news and drop tea, but they just do it in a way where you could tell they have integrity and ethics over there. And the Jasmine brand had basically posted a tweet about, Tia Mowry, sister, her. She put out a tweet saying, during the pandemic, you find out who your real friends are. And I seen the tweet and I 100% agreed. And, this is just going to be a moment where, I vent. So a vent session for me is when I'm venting, but it's also may come off as a rant. And I agreed with Tia because for me, it's I'm always, even before this situation, I've always been the friend that checks in on people. Hey, just thinking of you. Just wanted to give you a shout, tell you I love you. Are you okay? Because you was on my spirit today. And of course, because I'm more spiritually evolved today, I can understand those moments. Like when I used to have those moments of, I don't know, girl, I was just thinking about you. And people be like, well, damn, that's crazy because I am going through something. And they just start unloading and unpacking on you so that you can help them through it. So that's just always my MO. I'm always checking on people. I'm always making sure that they are okay because I am someone who treats people the way that I want to be treated. The way that I show up in this world, the way that I show up for people, the way that I allow people to experience me, I'm big on reciprocity, and I just want that energy to be reciprocated. And if I ever feel like it's not being reciprocated, if I ever feel like my boundaries are being crossed, I feel disrespected, I feel disregarded, I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to speak my peace. So with that being said, Tia Mowry, everybody's going through it. You know what I mean? A lot of people have never been in a situation where their day-to-day life was just put on a pause and they had to basically reroute it to where, they could still learn if they're in school or still work if they have jobs where, corporate America, whatever the case may be. I just got off the phone with my little cousin where she was talking about how she, she's in the School of Rock. She wants to sing and do music and she's very artistic. She's very musically inclined. And I was like, so how's the School of Rock going? And she's like, basically, we still practice. It's just virtual. This is just what it is for now. She's 12. So this is where we're at. And I understand that some people are not mentally equipped or emotionally equipped with the tools to deal with this situation the same way others may be. I understand that some people may just be trying to, hold it together and keep their marbles on straight. And because that takes so much of their energy and time, they don't really prioritize, well, let me check in on this person and let me see how they're doing. However, there is a fine line. Okay, I always say this. There is a fine line when it comes to me, Queen Lovelee, with empathy. You can empathize with someone and understand and cut them some slack and back up. But at the same time, people do what they want to do. People prioritize what they want to prioritize. And we are all adults. So when Tia put that tweet out, I took it as someone who she's considered a friend or someone where intuitively she may have felt like, is this person really? Because she's a Cancer sun and a Cancer moon. We all know the water signs are like the most psychic signs of the zodiac. So her intuition is really good. I would just assume because, she has that double water energy. I also get that she probably is very emotional as well. I'm not an astrologer. I'm just going off of like the little base facts I know. But with that being said, I didn't see anything wrong with Tia's tweet. I just felt like, okay, there's some people in her life that are not showing up for her the way that she would like it. And it's just making things clear. You also have to realize with Saturn being in Aquarius, okay, the veil is thinning. The veil is thinning. I also think, don't quote me on this. If Hood Astro Queen pops in here, shout out to her. She has a YouTube channel where she does birth chart readings and synastry readings on celebrities. And she also has a business. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check her out. And subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's dope. The dopest astrologer I know. I think Neptune and the sun got something going on. I don't know. I just know like things that usually we don't see, we're going to start to see the veil thinning more. And I know Neptune is like typically the planet of like the shit you can't see. Child, I don't know. But anyways, the point that I'm making is Tia caught backlash from that tweet. A lot of people was like, well, people have never, dealt with this before, and you have to be mindful of that. And like I said, I understand that point. But at the same time, I feel like as people, we have a tendency to make too many excuses for people. We have a tendency to make too many excuses for people because I guarantee now you have some people that are introverted. They really stay to themselves. Like, it's not personal towards anyone. They don't like to talk on the phone. They don't like to text. They just don't like to be damn bothered. And we all know somebody like that, okay? However, you have people that lean on the excuse of, it's a pandemic and I have a lot going on. But I bet you if you was to pick up their cell phone, you will see that they have about 2 to 3 people that they text all day, every day. And you're just not one of those people. And intuitively, I feel like that is more so what Tia Mowry was talking about. You can pick up the phone and shoot me a text and just say, hey, and another thing, because the thought just popped into my head. You could be going through something. Okay? We all going through pandemic. People are losing jobs. People are being laid off. They're trying to figure out how they're going to pay the rent, how they're going to pay the mortgage, how they're going to pay the utilities, the car note, all of that. I totally get it. Totally get it. However, why is this so hard for people to just be like, hey, I know I have not been present, but you my homegirl and I love you very much. And right now, I don't think I can be much for you at this moment because I have X, Y, and Z going on. But I just want to tell you I love you. That shit goes a long way. And I think the problem with people is that you have some people that genuinely don't care, like they really don't care, but you have people that do care, but they feel like they have to show their expressions of caring and prioritize in some grandiose way. My mother is like that. I used to be like, why can't we just hang out? And it's, well, because what if you get hungry? What if you want to go shopping? Like, I feel like I need to have money in my pocket. Like, there are people out there like that feel like in efforts to step to you, in efforts to present something to you, it has to be a certain way. And this is why I say it's good to, work on your throat chakras. It's good to work on effectively communicating because a lot of people just walk around assuming shit. It takes less than 5 seconds just to shoot someone a text and say, hey, I hope you are doing well, period. That is all. Now, if you are in some extreme circumstance, like you have a family member who's been sick and around the clock you've been in the hospital with them, or you've been trying to figure out and it's completely slipped your mind, that's different. But if it's a situation where you just upset because you lost your job or you can't pay bills and whatnot, I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's experience. I'm really not. But at the same time, I just feel like you could still reach out. And it's good to reach out to people because There's been times where I've been in a funky mood and spirit has instructed me to reach out to someone and be like, you need to check on this person because this person is going through something. Not because I need to be there for them, but just to let this person know, like, hey, you have me in your corner. I know I'm not present at the moment, but listen, you have me in your corner. And I've reached out just to say, hey, I'm going through a lot, but I just want to let you know I love you. And that person has ended up lifting my spirits or lending a hand. So I don't think it was right that Tia caught backlash. Like, people, I think I got annoyed because, like I said, a lot of people, lack self-accountability and self-awareness. And I don't think anything that Tia said was selfish. Now this is what I will say. She may have had a moment where she was in her emotions. Like I said, she's a Cancer sun and a Cancer moon. So she may have had a moment where she was in her emotions and somebody wasn't showing up for her. And she just tweeted that out because that's how she felt. And maybe it was slightly selfish, but her feelings are still valid. I just said that, like, I have family members as well as mostly family members because my friends, I don't have a lot of friends. I speak to Hood Astro Queen Megan. I speak to her every day. Shout out to Mr. Still Standing. I text him. He texts me. Shout out to Johnny. That's my friend who's done the podcast with me. Psychic Leo Brown. Shout out to him. I speak to, like, my close friends every day. Shout out to my friend Denasia. She's someone that's been distant, but she even checks in. Like, that's what I'm talking about. She had things going on. Like, she's disappointed. She celebrated her birthday yesterday, and I'm glad she's in a better headspace, but she was just in a little funk because of this situation messing up her birthday and her money, and she was distant. And then she ended up reaching out to me like, hey, I know I've been going through a lot, Lee, but, I just want to check on you. Good. Like, I think that's what Tia was looking for and what she wanted. Like, damn, can somebody reach out to me? Because Tia, she gives me that type of energy where she's someone that probably will reach out and say, hey, how you doing? You good? Checking in, whatever the case may be. And that sucks when you're always that person that's reaching out and lending support and lending empathy and lending, like, just all of that energy. And it's like you always have to initiate it. It's very rare that someone initiates that energy with you. It's very rare that somebody shows you that they appreciate and value you. And the crazy thing is, I'm going to be objective and say, just because the people are not initiating it with you, it doesn't mean that they don't value you. Coming back to my earlier point, I just think that a lot of people have this thing about them where they feel like when they step to you, depending on how you present yourself, they have to come a certain way. And if they don't have everything, they just will never do it. Think about it. We see this in our everyday lives where people want to do things. For example, if you want to start a YouTube channel, right? You can start a YouTube channel as long as you got a camera on your phone. You got the YouTube app. There you go. Start your YouTube channel. But you'll have some people that's like, no, I need to have an aesthetic. I need to have a background. I need to have a mic. I want to have this. I want to have that. I need to get a pro so I could, like, that's like, just think of it from that perspective. So I see all sides of it. I just hate how people was attacking Tia. Like, do not come. I love me some Tia and Tamara. I love both of them. Don't come for them. I don't think what Tia said was wrong. I think she was just venting. And it's like, when people come and say, oh, well, you have to be mindful of people. It's just like everyone should be mindful of one another. That is the point of this process in this situation. We have to learn how to be mindful. I could be mindful of the fact that you may not be as spiritually, emotionally, and mentally equipped as I am to deal with this. I could totally be mindful of that. But you have some people where even when you try to offer them help, you try to offer them ways to get through things, they still don't respond. They still don't use it. People become complacent in being miserable. People become complacent in being stagnant. So I feel like this is a reflective time for everyone. And if it's a situation where Tia is always overextending herself to people, and now in the time most where she needed support, she's not getting it. And Tia, you voiced your opinion about it. And people still move the same way, sweetheart, you know what to do next. That this is the time of awakening and reckoning. Like, the veil is thinning. So that's my vent and my rant together. I just feel like she didn't do anything wrong. Everyone should be held accountable. She is entitled to her feelings. Everyone is entitled to their feelings. But when you value someone in your life and you have a relationship with them, whether it be platonic or romantic, you need to learn. People need to learn how to be more emotionally intelligent and emotionally equipped, and learn how to show up for people. And if you can't show up enough just to say, I can't show up. It just be like, I just don't have it in me today. Like, I have a lot going on. I don't know how to deal with this, so I don't know. Like, that's another thing, because people be going through stuff and they don't even know how to say, I'm going through something right now. It has nothing to do with you, but at this moment, I'm going to take a step back. People don't even know how to say that. So it's just, people need to work them throat chakras. Y'all need to do some throat chakra activities. But that is all I have to say. Thank you so much for listening, and definitely comment below and let me know how you're doing. Let's check in. Feel free to use the comment section to vent. If you feel like people have not been checking on you, just let me know. Bye.